Welcome to Homemaking with Mema. And today's project, because it is getting colder out there, I'm going to tackle straightening up this cabinet in the garage and try to get some of that stuff into there. So I'm going to bring you along with me. So as you can see, I've got some stuff down here. It has been cleaned up around here quite a bit. And it is kind of a catch-all. We cleaned it, went through it really good this last, I want to say spring. But it does just become a catch-all. So like I said, I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, get rid of things that we don't need, and get that stuff in there. Okay, so I took the container that I have in the back of my vehicle that I usually put my Walmart order in. I just use this older container, and so that way then my food doesn't roll around. And I'm going to start. I went and I got a few containers that I can put some things in. So let's get this started. This is paint stuff that I used for my deck. Not that it's all going to be used for the deck still, but I do plan on doing that portion of the deck that didn't get done. It's next year. And we do live in the upper Midwest. These are a necessity for your vehicle. But in the summertime, we just store them away. Like I mentioned, we did this not long ago. So there really isn't much to do except for maybe just straighten it all up and get things in here that need to go in here. Another extra necessity that you need for the wintertime in the upper Midwest. Not only do you need the one I showed you, but extra ice scrapers always work well. And this, I believe, is some of my husband's stuff for fishing, ice fishing and regular summer fishing. So I'm just going to leave that in the bag. I'm not even going to open it. And I took an old sheet and I cut it in half. I believe it's a queen size sheet. And this is what we used. You can tell I haven't done anything. This early spring when I had planted some stuff out in the garden, we ended up getting a frost. So I had to scamper and I didn't want to use any blankets or anything. So I said, hey, you know what? We have some old sheets that we don't use. So that's what I did. And that's where it ended up all summer. So they're going to get folded up and put into here. Now I have them to turn to come this next spring if we have the same issue. Now let's just figure out where to put them. This is too big to put in here. So this we just keep standing up in the corner here. And we have an old flag that needed to be taken down. Our American Legion does flag burning once a year. So I'm going to get this folded up, and then this will be donated to them, and they can burn it properly. So this is what I used to paint the floor of my deck. And I need it for this next spring when we do that portion of deck that we couldn't do because it's new. You got to let it sit a year. So I'm just cutting off this brush. What I had done was I had zip stripped it to the pole first, and then I took duct tape and went around it. It didn't move at all. So great tip if you don't want to bend over or get on your knees to paint something. That's what I did. So I'm going to reuse this pole. I just need to get this brush off of here. There we go. Now I got this pole for next year. Okay, so that project didn't take very long at all. I didn't even need my one container that I had gotten from in the house. And this box, we can just use, probably we'll just recycle it. And like I said, got to get that flag wrapped correctly. And then we'll be donating that to the American Legion for flag burning. They usually do that in the beginning of summer. But it looks so much better. Yeah, it's not the greatest, but you got to remember we're in a garage. So that's where that stuff goes. We have other sheds too, as you've seen before when you've seen me outside in the back of our house. So there's other stuff in there too. That is not my responsibility. That's my husband's. All right, I want to thank you for joining me today. If you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I want you folks to make it a really great day.